I mean, in these 8 years, you've seen women in general who are taking up, they're opting for careers in different domains of engineering principles. So, why do you think? So, the first question is, why do you think that they should take up nuclear engineering in particular? And the second part of this question is that over these years of teaching, have you seen any transition in particular in terms of the number of women who are taking up nuclear sciences?
Thank you, Vaishnavi, for the question. I think this question has been hitting hard since many years. That why women want to explore the engineering regime. They're not meant for it. But if you look back, there are plenty of examples where women have entered into engineering disciplines and they have done wonders. And if we are there in every regime, why not nuclear? We are there from the space mission to even the best of physics discoveries. Then why not nuclear? What is the hurdle? And why do you want to have a demarcation in the first instance? We have not left any stone unturned in these years in any of the areas that women have ventured into. So I think this should be an opportunity for everyone to opt into a new field. I completely agree with the previous speakers stating that there are less opportunities for, in general, students who are studying nuclear engineering. But this will slowly be eradicated because I think you don't have an option other than to go for nuclear. And as and when the applications are going to widespread into the commercial sector in a larger scale, the opportunities will automatically increase. And then you have the world available for you in terms of opportunities. In again, another thing, women are by nature very good at multitasking, and no one can compete us in that aspect. So why not the nuclear energy sector be benefited by these inherent advantages that God has given us? So let's bring in that different perspective. Let's bring in that new ideas which women have into the sector and see what changes can we bring in. And multitasking, I think it's one of the requirement when you're working in the nuclear regime. You look at so many things at one time, and in case of an accident, now the entire scenario has changed. So you're not going into a conventional process. Things are changing at a faster pace, and we need to have quick decision making attributes coming into picture. And women are good at it. They are best at it, I think. And all of you, everybody will agree to it. All major discoveries till date, and even in nuclear, started with women scientists, with women experimentalists taking the lead. Of course, they faced many hurdles because they were not acknowledged in the way they should have been. It is only when some other scientists took up an equally good experimental outlook there, they were recognized. And it has been 100 years, more than a century, when Madame Curie got a Nobel Prize for radioactivity. What best can we do other than to acknowledge the contributions, the inputs that women can add to this? And I think this is the best platform. This is an excellent platform to start. So as Donna Strickland, our Nobel laureate in physics, said, we need to celebrate women physicists because they are out there and we need to bring them out. And you must be honored that you are one of those who are working in this field with utmost dedication as men do. So I think that is enough motivation. There is enough scope for everyone to contribute, and we should take up a career. Moving on to the second question, wherein how do I see the transition between female participants? I think by and large, engineering has been suffering by this major, you may say, difference between male and female participants. But we have seen that there are odd ones in terms of women who have excelled in their field, and engineering have a plenty of them to look forward. So in terms of the shift that we may see, it's not a paradigm shift. I don't say that today people have increased affinity for women working in nuclear sciences. Rather, the shift is again gradual. But I'm sure as and when you enlighten people with options, they will come forward. So in particular, if I talk about the experience I have had in Amity, I see that parents these days are taking more interest in their children, specifically female childs taking interest in nuclear, and they don't have any apprehension. I am surprised that these questions of whether radioactivity is harmful to you, specifically to women, I don't get those questions any day. Rather, they are more interested. Can we see your labs? Can we see what you're doing? How do you handle radioactive sources? So that's the best thing. That notion which people had that this is not meant for women is abolished. So this question doesn't stand valid, that women these days are facing some problems that naturally, or since God has made them that way, they are more prone to any radiation defects. Rather, I don't know how correct I am, but we don't really do experiments on female mice. And that's because hormonally they change so quickly that you don't actually see the effect of that exposure only. So I am not a biologist, but this somehow gave me a hint that why is it so? So that itself implies that God has given you some inherent stability to override all these things. And of course, at certain times of your lifespan, certain organs are more prone to exposure. That is right, but we have sufficient safety mechanisms incorporated in our nuclear sector. And as Dr. Mary Mohan Kumar mentioned, that safety is by far the most looked into aspect in nuclear sector. And we are the only ones who are looking into the defense in depth aspects. We are not relying on just one factor, rather we have a couple of them aligned. So the problem of safety, the problem of vulnerable times when you are working with nuclear energy sources or with radioactivity shouldn't be a concern. And if I look at the performance of my students, the girl candidates or the female candidates behave or perform equally well. Some of our toppers, most of our toppers are mostly girls. And no concerns or no complaints are received even if they work in the industry. They're equally competent, they are equally dedicated towards the mission. And I think in the times to come, with major awarenesses taking place, this scenario is going to improve, and we will have more female candidates coming into this sector and bringing accolades to this industry equally as they have been doing. Thank you.